So week 3 of the Wave Race 2017 Olympics has elapsed. Not a lot of activity this week. People are kind of holding back. We have the last week coming here, so kind of the calm before the storm, I would say. Shibbypod made a video just like the other week, so I'll be putting that right after this, and I'll talk to you guys after that video.
What's up, Wave Race viewers? How's it going? We're trying out a different camera setup here today. I set this all up last night for Game and I. And I figured it would be good to just have it kind of be a new setup that I'm trying out for a little while. Lots of good stuff to talk about today. Good stuff to talk about and good stuff to play. I'm gonna definitely be playing quite a bit tonight while I'm getting everything ready here. Let's go to the sound check. One of my favorite screens. Oh, Twilight City music. I don't know which number is which track, so it's always a surprise. Which is good. Week 3 of the Wave Race Olympics 2017. Somewhat uneventful. You can tell players are slowing down. A lot of the people who are going to get a medal have already played their heat. They've already played their courses. So now it's up to the final week. I do want to make just one comment to the players. If you're hoarding a time or a bunch of times and you just want to drop a bunch of PBs at the very end, if you really want to do that, go ahead, but please don't do that. It's a little bit more fun for everybody if we can all see the times that we've gotten as close to in real time as possible. So for me, as soon as I get a PB, I'm putting it up on the website. But I know there's potential, and there is, a gold medal at stake maybe if you want to post a bunch of times right at the very last second. That'll kind of give me a little bit more work too, so keep that in mind. This is my heating pad. This keeps my hands warm when I play. It's kind of essential. It's really cold in this basement. But yeah, week 3 is over. Not a ton of activity from players outside of the top 10, other than Game, I do suppose. He's... Oh, he just messaged me right when I said his name. Interesting. But let's look at the current leaderboard. Here we are at the end of week 3, going into week 4, and this was updated today, even though today is technically week 4, but I just wanted to have, as I said last week, I want the most accurate information on my streams. So not a whole lot has changed. Today, Game got a 103 on Sunny Beach, bringing the bronze medal standard up to a 103. So that's going to be interesting to see if anybody can either push for their first 103 or revisit the stage and get a 103. Maybe we'll see some PBs this week. That would be awesome. Have some more people earn some fire on this on this Discord. Let's see some other notable times that happened this last week. I played a little bit of Twilight City and got this 124.358, and that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. I think that beats second place by about 3/10. So pretty good. No activity on a lot of these reverse courses, like Southern Island Reverse. I think there's medal potential for even a newer player on Southern Island Reverse. You know, make these new guys sweat a little bit, like Coiro, Game, and Gilly. I think they can use a little bit more competition even, besides just against each other. And they're pretty close to each other on that course. Look at that. Look at that. Let's look at Drake Lake Reverse, too, because nobody has a low 112 on that. We have two people with the same frame 112.9. So yeah, other than that, I like looking at things like Southern Island and seeing myself, Hayate, and Ilu, who are currently ranked the top 3 players, and same on Twilight City, currently ranked the top 3 players all playing. I would really like to see Ilu and Hayate play a couple more courses. I'm not sure if they're going to participate anymore. There is only 1 week, or I guess a little bit more than 1 week left. We got about 8 days left. Let's bring up the medal count. This is always interesting to see each week. So I'll blow it up here like I did last time so you can see it a little bit better. Currently in first place is USA with 9 golds, 4 silvers, 8 bronze, for a total of, check my math, 21 medals. We've got 3 players on our team, USA, in medal contention right now. I believe, just to mention the names, we've got myself, Game, and Bunta all bringing in at least 2 medals each. At least. Canada, still a strong showing, although it looks like they've faltered a little bit. It's not bad. They're still going to get second place unless Hayate decides to go on a tear, but they could still get first place too. Like I was saying, if Mo and Gilly Guy are planning on dropping a spirit bomb, this last week is going to be the time to do it. Let's look at Japan. Nothing has changed, it looks like, except for 1 medal got shifted down from a silver to a bronze. But he maintains, Hayate, who is Team Japan, maintains 6 total medals moving into the final week. Germany and Sweden both did not play any heats or report any times or anything this week, so this stays the same. This is now 1, 2, and 1, which I think that was still the same last week, but Sweden drops one of their gold medals and replaces it with a silver. Everything else stayed the same. 4 medals for Ilu, so he actually, Sweden drops into, I don't want to say it's last place because it's still medaling, so it's much higher than the countries that are not participating or are participating and didn't have any medal contention. But we've got 1 week left. Could we see another country? Could we see someone other than these 5 countries place in the top 3 on a course? We still have time. There are still players who could do it out there. So that's the country. Let's take a closer look at the individual players who are currently medaling. Here we go. So in first place, this is ordered by first number of medals, and then second, if it's a tie, who has the most golds is put first, in order from top to bottom. So with a total of 12 medals, 2 gold, 3 silver, and 7 bronze medals right now. Of course, he hasn't officially won these until the event is over, but if the event ended right now, Game is in first with 2 golds, 3 silvers, and 7 bronzes. Anyway, number 2 right now is myself, Shibbypod. I've got 7 gold medals, and notably 3 of those were world records. Gilly Guide is currently in third with 2 golds, 2 silvers, and 3 bronze placings for a total of 7. He's definitely one of the top players during the Olympics, no doubt. Hayate, another one, with 2 golds, 3 silvers, and a bronze currently. So that's a total of 6. Mo, with a nice gold, 4 silvers, and 1 bronze, so he's bringing in a total of 6 medals for Canada. He and Gilly Guide are combining for those 13 Canadian medals right now. We'll see if those stick. We've got 8 days. Next would be Koiro. He's got 1 gold, 2 silver, and a bronze for a total of 4. And Ilu, a gold, a silver, and 2 bronze for a total of 4 medals. And bringing up the rear, but still placing on a course, which is better than a lot of players can say, is Bunta with a silver and a bronze. He did have a silver and 2 bronze until I played my stuff on Twilight City just yesterday, or the day before. So good stuff. There's our Week 3 recap. Who do you think the Week 3 MVP is? I want to elect Game. I think he had a pretty good week, especially if you include his session that he just played at my house today. That was highlighted on stream, a couple of his good times that he got during today's stream. So that's good. Game still on top with the number of medals. He didn't earn any new ones this week, but he's got a little bit of time left to play. Myself, I got Twilight City 124.3. That's really the most activity that we saw this week. And Week 4, what to expect? I think we'll probably see a couple of players strengthen their current times. We might see some place swapping between, for example, 2nd and 3rd right now. But taking a first place spot is going to prove to be really difficult. I think at this point, you know what time you're going to have to beat if you want to take a first place. Because we're not going to see a whole lot of back and forth anymore at this point. Players are going to be pretty invested into 1 or 2 courses to try to lock up a medal on that course. So if you want to do the same, I would suggest pick a stage that you don't think is going to get a lot of activity and give it some activity yourself. So if you want to get that gold medal on, just for example, Port Blue Reverse, you see Gilly Guide has that 118.1, start gunning for that right now. It's going to take a little bit of time to beat that, and with 1 week left, you could probably put yourself in a really good place to at least get a medal. So that's what I think. Do I think Canada can catch the USA? I think they can. They don't need analogism to play, but that would really help, obviously. I think Mo and Gilly is doing a lot of legwork right now with his 7 medals, but I think he needs to get involved with 3-lap forward, and Mo needs to get more involved in reverse. Obviously, he's really good at reverse. He's got a gold and a silver in reverse right now, but if he played every stage, Canada would gain quite a few medals and close that gap by a lot. I think some of USA's medals are kind of at risk. We've got quite a few third places in reverse that are going to be knocked off if Canada decides to play reverse. So there's always that to factor in too.
So that's Shibbypod's recap of week 3 of the Olympics. I will say personally that I took a break for week 3, so I didn't really have any submissions on week 3. I stopped playing Waveless entirely for about a week so that I could repair my hands and also a little bit my mind. When you go hard on anything, like, you do need to take breaks on things, so that's important to remember, guys. Definitely take breaks when you're feeling burnt out on things. But now that I have taken a break, I'm feeling great. I got a 111.2 on Drake Lake Reverse last night, and I'm going to be going for some PBs this week to finish off the Olympics, and we'll see who has the interest, who's willing to grind it out. I could still see someone like Hayate coming through and sweeping a whole bunch of reverse medals and maybe some forward. I don't know how much he intends to play, though. Ilu, of course, always a threat, and Shibbypod, he's going to speed bully my Port Blue reverse gold time away from me. So we'll see who has the edge in week 4 for the Olympics. See if Canada can clutch it out. We'll see, though. No spoilers. And with that, thank you for watching, and take care.